on the importance of lats for those looking to develop pressing strength?
Yes, so for pressing strength, I think the common misconception is that, when someone bring the weight to the rack position, the first thing that they want to do is they want to push it overhead. So what this does is, sometimes you'll activate a little bit of your upper traps, you're trying to push your deltoids, and while I won't say it's wrong, but it will not be able to actually help you to get a lot of weight overhead. If you want to practice good pressing mechanics, prevent yourself from getting a lot of traps ache or even impingement, usually what we'll try to do is we'll try to engage the lats, and what this will do is, number one, when you press overhead in this position, you are actually able to bring your humerus into the socket. So it actually makes a more stable pressing position. Number two, the lats is actually one of the 4 major neurogenerators of strength. So the other 3 will be your grip, your abs, and your glutes. So by firing this, the lats is probably the biggest muscle in your upper body. So by engaging this and pressing from here, you're actually generating a lot of tension to bring the weight overhead. And also number 2, by doing this to bring the weight overhead, it actually acts as a shelf for you to press off, versus if you're just hanging in the middle of nowhere, there isn't a stable platform for you to push off against. So I feel that is something that not a lot of people know, but once they are able to do that, it transits a lot better into other overhead movements as well, which includes your push presses and also your jerks. So,
love it. Okay, so let's put that into simple terms. What we're saying is that when the kettlebells are racked in your position, in the front rack position, which could also be a barbell or dumbbells, anything that you're pressing overhead, is making sure the lats are engaged in that rack position.
Mm-hmm.
And really kind of, as we're pressing, we're still maintaining that engagement as we press.
It's almost as though okay, so the thing is, the lats, they'll bring it down, but when you press,
They'll have to lengthen.
Yes, they will have to lengthen, and that is actually caused by the scapula actually opening up, and that will actually help to bring the arm overhead. But by doing so, you are not actually trying to elevate. Shrug. Basically, it helps to keep your shoulder in a more stable position to press off with. And one good way that I find helps to teach that is you can actually start by getting a student to stand up or be in a seated position, get them into this position whereby it is 90 degrees, there's a 90-degree angle. And what you want them to do is you want to visualize, you put your hand over here, ask them to push against it. So let's say I'm pushing something, I visualize that I'm trying to push myself into the ground. Or for some case, it will be like, imagine there is a ceiling falling on top of you, and you're trying to wedge yourself in between. That would be the feeling that you're getting when you are pressing. Not so much that you're trying to push it up, but rather you're trying to push yourself into the ground.
Love it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so for those listening, Jack's basically putting his arms up in front of him, 90 degrees at the elbow, kind of like you're in a tripod position in the headstand, but standing upright. And imagine that you're resisting the ceiling coming down on you, and you will actually feel flat engagement just by putting yourself in that position.
Yes, and then slowly, you can actually bring it down lower and ask them to try the same thing, and even lower to the point of the rack position, because this position is what a lot of people struggle to find the lat engagement. Most of them will be able to find it if it's slightly higher up, so you can start from slightly higher up, building away downwards, and it will work quite well.
Love it.